In December, a ruptured sewer line caused more than 90,000 gallons of wastewater to spill out of a manhole and onto the campus of a nearby middle school. The U.S. Attorney for New Mexico is criticizing the chief U.S. Magistrate judge for seeking legal views about trespassing violations in the state's new military defense zone located near the border. A U.S. District Court judge has dismissed the court-approved settlement agreement between the Department of Justice and the Albuquerque Police Department. A new web portal developed by NMSU is linking farms to institutional buyers here in New Mexico, and La Cueva High and UNM Lobo star Jordan Pacheco has been named Rockies co-hitting coach. From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Tuesday, May 13th, and I'll have more on those stories in a few moments, plus a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast on the other side of this break.
This episode is brought to you by the Kirtland Partnership Committee. For 30 years, we've been dedicated to supporting, growing, and preserving the Kirtland National Security Complex. We work tirelessly to enhance military readiness, foster community partnerships, improve quality of life, and promote economic development right here in New Mexico. Join us in our mission to ensure that Kirtland remains a cornerstone of national security and a key provider of quality jobs and investment for all of Greater Albuquerque. Together, we can make a powerful impact. Kirtland Partnership Committee, proudly shaping the future of our national security for 30 years.
In December, more than 90,000 gallons of raw sewage spilled onto the campus of Harrison Middle School in Albuquerque's South Valley after a 40-year-old sewer line ruptured. The spill occurred during winter break and was cleaned up by the Albuquerque-Bernalillo County Water Utility Authority, which followed federal response protocols. The utility said the incident posed no long-term environmental risks and did not require enforcement action. However, neither the Albuquerque Public Schools District nor the school informed students, parents, or staff at the time. This lack of communication has sparked outrage. Harrison teacher A.J. Woods began notifying families himself and accused the district of silence and negligence, an issue he sees rooted in systemic disregard for poorer communities like the South Valley. APS denied any bias, emphasizing their $30 million investment in the school and attributing the non-disclosure to utility assurances that the situation was fully handled. Community members voiced concerns about children's exposure and the absence of a notification. APS later admitted it regretted not informing families, but maintained that no school property was damaged and the spill was contained. Meanwhile, Woods, who publicly challenged the district's handling, received a letter from the principal warning him against using his APS email for external advocacy, an action he views as retaliation.
The letter cites that he used his APS email address, shared student photographs with the Water Authority without permission.
My colleague Noah Kalabach covers education for the Journal.
And so, that's pretty much what we were provided, what happened.
Construction of a permanent replacement sewer line is ongoing and expected to last a year. While the area is cornered off, teachers and students have reported lingering odors. The debate continues over accountability, transparency, and whether the district's response would have differed in a more affluent area. The U.S. Attorney in New Mexico is criticizing the chief U.S. Magistrate judge for seeking legal views about trespassing violations in the state's new military defense zone located near the U.S.-Mexico border. With more on this story, I'm now joined by Journal investigative reporter Colleen Heald. Colleen, thank you so much for joining me.
Sure, thanks for having me.
So, Colleen, I kind of laid out the overview of your story here between new U.S. Attorney Ryan Ellison and this U.S. Magistrate judge, but I was hoping you could give us a little bit more insight into exactly what the problem is.
Well, the U.S. attorney who's been there for less than a month now, but he has had some issues with the top federal magistrate asking both sides, the defense bar and government, as to what kind of proof is needed for people to be charged with these new novel crimes involving trespassing on military property.
And Colleen, before we dive into the additional charges that these individuals trespassing into this new military area are facing, I want to talk about the military area itself. Located along the U.S.-Mexico border in southern Mexico, it's only been in operation for a couple months, and it's drawn a lot of criticism from a lot of different groups.
Yes, and it's very rugged. They aren't allowing anyone to go down there and take photos of where they're putting signs up warning people that they could be subject to prosecution for being in a restricted military area.
And Colleen, as far as the additional charges being levied against those who are trespassing into this military area, what exactly exactly are they?
Well, they're misdemeanor charges of entering restricted military property and violating security regulations. Some defense attorneys have said that the government's just piling on because essentially these are people that are being charged with illegal entry. It just so happens that they're also entering this new zone, which subjects them to up to 18 months in prison, in addition to whatever they might get for illegal entry.
So, U.S. Attorney for New Mexico Ryan Ellison criticizing a New Mexico federal judge for requesting legal opinions on trespassing charges in this new military defense zone, calling it an improper judicial overreach. Journal investigative reporter Colleen Heald filling us in on the latest. Thank you so much, Colleen.
Thank you.
In other headlines from the newsroom, after more than a decade of federal oversight, a U.S. District Court judge has dismissed the court-approved settlement agreement, or CASA, officially returning full control of the Albuquerque Police Department to the city. The dissent decree was enacted in 2014 following a Department of Justice investigation that found patterns of excessive force. Since then, APD has implemented major reforms, including new policies, improved training, stronger accountability measures, and a focus on constitutional policing. Mayor Tim Keller and Police Chief Harold Medina celebrated the milestone, emphasizing the city's commitment to transparency, community trust, and equal treatment in law enforcement. A new website, PathToPlateNM.com, has launched to streamline connections between New Mexico food producers and institutional buyers like schools, senior centers, and food banks. Developed by New Mexico State University's Cooperative Extension Service and Real-Time Solutions, the portal simplifies local food procurement through features like inventory management, invoicing, and order negotiation tools. The subscription-based platform aims to make buying local as convenient as purchasing from national distributors, boosting local economies, and aligning with state food safety standards. Early users like Farmington Municipal Schools praised its ease of use and potential to transform local food sourcing in the state. And in sports news, Jordan Pacheco and Warren Schaefer, both drafted by the Colorado Rockies in 2007, have reunited in the major leagues. Following the Rockies' firing of manager Bud Black after a 7-33 start, Schaefer, previously the team's third base coach and former Albuquerque Isotopes manager, was named interim manager. Shortly after, Pacheco, a former MLB infielder and current Isotopes hitting coach, was promoted to co-hitting coach of the Rockies. Known for his calm leadership and strong rapport with players, Pacheco is respected across the organization. The duo's shared history includes a humorous mishap with a total card during their minor league days. Meanwhile, the Isotopes, sitting at 16-22, host Tacoma this week. Promotions this week include American Asian Pacific Islander Night and Little League parades. Also notable, their quirky sushi hot dog has returned as a fan favorite food item. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high near 88, and as for this evening, partly cloudy with a low around 56. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.